Hey Mo, we need to get an intro down for this channel, you know.
Yeah, but what are you thinking, Lee?
Why not a rap over the top of it?
Don't be ridiculous. You sound like a northern M&M.
Look, listen to me. Yo, yo, yo. The Munch Brunch in the house, man.
Absolutely not.
Right, what you got in mind?
Let's just keep it simple.
I'm Lee.
I'm Aim.
We're the Munch.
Everyone, and welcome back to another mukbang with Aim and Lee. We are the Munch Brunch UK. Lee, tell them what we have on the menu.
Hey Mo, as the title says, we have all the dogs today. So we got the hot dogs, we got the corn dogs, and we got the...
That's not a dog, that's a hot pocket.
It's a hot dog, Aim. There's a hot dog in there.
Well, it's a hot dog pocket.
A hot dog deli pocket from Lidl, Scandinavian for hot dog deli pockets, I guess.
Lee's got homemade chips and I've got little turmeric, garlic and Cajun potatoes.
How are we diddling? I'm going to try and adjust this before we get started properly, because you don't want to be cutting out half the bloody food.
There you go.
Sod it off to do. How are we all? I don't know what day it is. It doesn't matter because this won't be going out on the day due to the fact that it's quite late.
So, obviously, having corn dogs as well, I dip mine in ketchup and mustard. Whereas Lee is just having...
I'll just have mine with a bit of ketchup. Oh, there is a... Oh, I ain't got in time now. There was a sauce that came with the corn dogs. So it's New York week on one for Lidl. And hence the corn dogs. And there's like a tomato and paprika sauce, which I completely forgot to heat up and bring in.
Well, I think it's more authentic with ketchup and mustard anyway. That's what they eat it with.
Okay.
Ketchup and mustard, they dip it in.
We'll
like,
figure it out.
look at the size of them, it's like the size of my... I mean...
They didn't come with the sticks. I had to go and create the sticks and add them to them.
Skewers, yeah. I do think we should change the thumbnail because it's me sort of...
Homemade chips. Is you what? Looking like you're doing some with a sausage.
Anywho's this?
Right.
I've got onions on mine, boiled onions, bit of salt, ketchup, mustard. Lee's just got ketchup lunchtime.
Hey?
When I met you, when you'd come out, you just used to eat hot dogs in bread.
Yeah.
Like, Lee's eating has changed dramatically. Lee, you should tell them exactly how much.
Hot dogs was my go-to food of choice when I was a bit younger. I don't like as a kid, not when I was really young. I was a teenager and old enough to make my own decisions. My decision was I wanted hot dogs, so that is what I tended to eat at the time. And I'm not saying every meal was a hot dog, no, but like I'd have 4 for supper, and I might have like 4 for lunch. It's about 8 a day, and then just lost part of her potato.
You want to try one of them then?
I will in a minute. Once I've eaten my hot dog, don't ruin the experience.
Let's have one. What do you have on yours? Some people like fried onions, I like boiled onions.
So the only thing with hot dogs is, if you don't get a good bun, if you don't get a good finger bun, then they're disgusting.
Are they?
Yeah, I had one in the town, in our town centre.
Oh, you mean like if they're hard?
Yeah, like the one I had a few weeks ago. Oh crap! I literally put ketchup in my eye.
Let me see.
It's gone now. I've got it out.
Right.
Yeah, there's a place in the town centre I go for my hot dogs, and it was brilliant. And then he sold the business, and the new bloke, he was all right. He weren't too bad. He weren't letting me down that bad. And then I had the one day. I was like, I wanted to spit it out and ask for my money back. I didn't. I just ate the hot dog and walked away. But the bun was that stale and nasty. It was like awful.
Oh, that's awful.
It is when you pay money for it. Good money. £2.30 for it. That is extortion.
I would not pay that for a hot dog.
It was a jumbo, by the way, and a can of Coke.
Also, like, with hot dog buns out of a shop, you can never find them to fit the blooming hot dog.
Well, some places do bigger ones, not.
Shall we try a corn dog? Bit of ketchup. Bit of mustard. Right then.
So I have a rant to have in a minute, but we can hang on for the rant. What are you thinking? Have you bit into the action? Yeah, you always tell me as soon as I've bit into it. What's it like, Lee?
I have had these before.
We haven't from there.
No, I banged over a restaurant.
You made some a while ago, eh?
That was Korean.
Oh, right.
Ones.
Oh, well,
These
there's
are corn dogs.
first time for me, then.
Yep, I like them.
That's good. Quite expensive, though, for the corn dogs. £4 they were. For 4 of them. But I guess it was just for 2, yeah? Ain't too bad.
It's because they're using the whole It's American. I bet you it was just made in Doncaster or something like that.
Oh yeah, about 30p each probably, or for the whole packet to make. The other day we was in the house and we heard some sirens or what the hell's going on. Actually, there's no sirens. It's just I saw the lights flashing, and Boris Johnson drove past. I hate even shitting you.
He was actually in the Maldives, though, or something.
He
like
must have passed through here first on his way.
So I'm going to correct that. It wasn't. It was just someone of significance. It was not Boris bloody Johnson.
The only person in the UK who demand that much. There was like.
He was abroad, Lee.
There was like 10 motorbikes, like police motorbikes in the front, 10 police cars, a few tanks. There was a stack of security.
No tanks.
They had tanks, Sam, you didn't see them. And then you just saw this.
Your lies. People will believe you.
Then you just saw this like blonde wig blowing out the back of the car window. I was like, I'm his bozzer. He's come for a cup of tea. Get the decent tea bags out.
So the truth is, there was siren. There was some sort of, I don't know.
It's called not a cavalcade, not a cavalcade. What the hell's the word? Tell us if you know what it is.
Not convoy.
Yeah, it is. It's a convoy. Well done, Amo. Brain strikes again.
It was something that, and they had like undercover police cars and that. It was, but it was obviously someone of significance, but it wasn't Boris.
They should have popped in.
You got to dip it in your ketchup.
Well, I'm not wasting my hot dog ketchup. Oh God, I ain't got enough ketchup on my tray for that.
It's just there. Put it in.
What? All right then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That is very tasty.
Oh, it burned.
Could be quite filling after one or two, I reckon, but
Yeah.
still really tasty. So, the other day, I've got 2 rants to have, and I'm just going to listen to them. You can take part in the one.
Well, I've got something on. I'll talk about it in a bit.
Go on then.
Yeah, come on.
Have any of you seen that monstrosity that is the trailer for the new Home Alone? The kid's like 18, and he's meant to be scared that he's on his own at home. It's terrible.
I am disappointed.
You wouldn't even bloody watch the trailer?
No.
I put it on, she heard the music, she's like, is this what I think it is? Like, yeah, I can't watch it, turn it off now.
No. I'm not having it spoiled.
I reckon if they release both films, like if they re-release the first Home Alone at the cinema now, and re-release the new one at the cinema at the same time, the new one would be killed, not killed literally, but would like bomb. I don't think that sounds any better really.
No, it just wouldn't do as good, Lee.
It wouldn't do as good. The new one would be awful compared to the old one, and that's with all the new effects and all that crap. I mean, the burglars...
And the word you were looking for is flop.
Flop, bomb. Well, they also said bomb. Like, but yeah, that song bombed in the charts.
Well, they say it's a banger.
It's a banger.
Not a
No,
bomb.
they say it's a bomb.
No, it's
not
bomb.
good. As in, like, it bombed. I've heard it said from the kids
it's
on
a
the
flop.
streets.
I thought it was it's bomb, meaning good.
No,
Well, it
bad.
is. But not you. I'm not saying that yours doesn't exist. I'm just saying what I've heard means.
Okay.
But now they say, oh, it's a flop.
Right, well.
If it's now good.
Well, the Home Alone now, it just looks awful. They've got a man and a woman to play the burglars. For some reason, Kevin McAllister's now English, but he's playing an American kid.
Oh, no.
And it's word for word, or like scene for scene sort of thing. Like they're saying what happened in the original, without the same traps. Like he sets new traps and does new stupid stuff. Like he wakes up, where's Mum and Dad? Ah! Runs around the house screaming, they've left me at home, all that shit. But with some like 15-year-old English kid trying to play like a 9 or 10-year-old. Now, what was your favourite thing at Home Alone?
My favourite thing was obviously Kevin setting up those traps.
But,
And like his little plans and everything. And then obviously, the meaning of it. Try my potato, please. The meaning of it, and like he found happiness with his family at the end. What do you think?
That's nice.
Isn't it? So I put like, I can't reach that far. Put like turmeric, garlic powder, and cajun. Boiled them first, then seasoned them, put them in the oven.
Tasty. It was believable though, when it got to Home Alone. Like, in the respect, he was a small kid, like he weren't big for his age, Macaulay Culkin. He was this little tiny kid, he was scared stiff and whatnot, and then he gets left at home. What do all little kids do? Run riot, raid the brother's bedroom for the porn mags and the guns and the spiders, all that stuff. And then somebody tries to break in, so he sets up crappy traps for him. This new one, it ain't believable at all. And they've just ruined it and ruined my childhood. I don't think, some things don't need to be remade.
I'll be honest, I felt that way about Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, like all these remakes of, like, you know, really classic films. Leave them there. They're not gonna, like, go out of date. These are classics that kids will come back to time again. If the next one's going to be Cinderella, isn't it?
Well, they've already done that, in the last year or so. What's her name played it? The one out of What's Its Face? That programme watching Downton Abbey. Yeah, she played Cinderella.
For some reason, I don't take that as serious. So, like, Beauty and the Beast,
I don't understand why Beauty and the Beast, why they had Hermione, whatever her name is. Oh, sod off, noisy gits. I don't know why they had Hermione out of Harry Potter playing the Beast. What's that all about?
They didn't have Hermione as the Beast.
Well, they made her look like one in that film.
It was just her curly hair.
Oh. I thought the man was the beauty. I've got to be honest.
You know, sometimes I actually fall for your nonsense, though. We've got a delivery.
Have we?
Oh, we did just now. What would you rate these then out of 10? So these are from Lidl, guys. These are the American style corn dogs.
I like battered stuff.
I have had better, I'm not going to lie.
Well, I don't know the whole time I've known you when you've ever eaten them.
Broadway.
Well, I don't know what that is, so I can't argue with you.
The Broadway.
Oh, we had them at some point, didn't we? Or you had them on something. I apologise, I remember now.
If you don't remember, I know what bloody
We've got to try this shit. So this is a hot dog deli pocket. I picked this up a few weeks ago, it's just been in the freezer ever since. The lighting's make it difficult for you to see what it looks like. So, we'll rip it in half and try it each. So it's got bits of hot dog in, as well as, I think, cheese and, I don't know, maybe baked beans or a tomato sauce.
I'm not a major hot dog fan at all.
That's alright. Oh, okay.
What?
That's alright. Not bad. Not amazing. No, the initial twang in the mouth, but then after it gets a bit easier.
That has got to be the cheapest cut of meat I've ever ate.
Well, they say with hot dogs, it's like...
Lee, stop.
What?
Don't say what it is.
I don't know, I was going to guess.
Horrific stuff.
It's horrific stuff, so I'm guessing this is the worst of the horrific stuff. Yeah, we won't be eating the rest of that. We had 3 of them in a box. I did one for between me and Anne, so they weren't sure if we'd like them. And I think Tears had one of them.
The cheese is nice.
You can finish mine if you want.
The bread's actually nice.
It's nice, but I'm not going to eat it, Lee.
Always have 2 bites of something you say you don't like, just in case.
Yeah. And then on the second bite, it won't be hard to go at if you spit it out.
Definitely not.
But yeah, in terms of like what has been remade in your lifetime that ruined your childhood memories, let us know in the comments. Was it a film? Was it a band? I mean, there's a lot of bands over the last like 5 or 6 years getting back together, and you're like, you really should never have got. You shouldn't have been together in the first place because you're crap. Steps, S Club 7.
Lee, you can't
5.
say that.
Why? That's my opinion. I thought
wait
they
a
were
minute.
crap.
The reason being, Lee, your type of music back then was totally different to the type of music such as them bands. Do you realise how big they were at the time? And millions upon millions of people loved those bands.
But do you realise I can just say what I want to say? Because it's my channel as well as yours.
Yeah, but you've got to tell them what kind of music you was into at the time.
No, when they were about, in all fairness, I liked Spice Girls when I was a kid.
No, I mean like the band, like the rocky kind of music.
Oh yeah, I like rock music, heavy metal.
You was very much into heavy metal and stuff that back then, weren't you?
I used to go around dressed like Eminem though, to be fair.
You didn't sort of have that way about you at that point, that you was into that type of music, whereas, I mean, I wasn't overly keen, don't get me wrong, but...
I don't think there were many guys into S Club 7 and Steps.
There was.
Maybe,
loads, Lee.
Maybe into the women in the band.
No, Lee, honestly, there was tons. Well, guys, come on, help me out here.
There's no guy going to put on here now in his 30s or mid-20s. Yeah, I was into S Club 7.
Why?
Why not? Why would they?
Why does it come across as though that it's a bit cheesy?
It is a bit cheesy. It's the worst cheese ever. It's the cheesiest cheesy music you can do.
Lee, you used to paint your fingernails.
Yes, I did when I was like 15 and into
I
heavy
know
metal.
more lads who like that kind of thing than what you was doing. The lads in my school didn't paint their nails.
You weren't going to the right school then. Anyway, so let us know in the comments which ones you don't think should have got back together, or which movies have been ruined because they remade them and you didn't think it ever should have been remade. There are some that will go well, like the new Jurassic Parks. I think are better than the original ones. What else was there? I was thinking about this yesterday.
Oh, Jumanji. I'm not saying it's not a good film, but it's nothing.
You don't like the new ones?
Not that I didn't like the one with The Rock. You know, I'm not saying that I didn't like it, but to me, it held nothing as near as the one with Robin. Went, what are you doing?
Well,
Are you just eating the batter?
oh, just a bit of sausage. Well, that's because you're not a big. You're very much a traditional person. Way more than me.
I really am. Like, when it comes to Batman.
Oh gosh, the first one I could watch it not every day, over any of the new ones.
Yeah. And the only other one I like after that is with Christian Bale. I'm not really keen on any of the others.
Oh, Ben Affleck's pretty poor though.
Yeah.
Not literally, obviously he's a rich man, but in the Batman film he's crap.
What else? Yeah, it's just mainly the Disney remakes I'm a bit upset with.
You should complain to Disney.
I'll get on the phone later on.
I mean, he's been frozen in ice for a lot of years, and he might come back one day and like haunt you.
His head.
Well, he'll just wake up in the middle of the night like, fucking hell, there's an head next to me. All right, Walt, how you doing? Any chance of Pocahontas 5?
Excuse me.
Right. What did you want to talk about, Amo?
I want to read your second one.
Oh, God. I got right angry with this. So, I had to go to the post office today. I haven't been to one in a while. And I don't think other than people collecting their money or elderly people, I don't think a lot of people really use the post office. And the ones that do are the ones I'm going to talk about in a minute.
So you mean like going to cash in a cheque?
You don't cash in cheques really in post
My
offices.
nan used to collect a pension.
Yeah, pensions.
I think that goes into your bank now.
You can get money out in general. Like you can use it as like a cash point.
Savings.
Yeah. So you go in the bloody post office. They're selling
In the bloody post office.
In the bloody post office, they're selling tat for like a tenner that you can get in the pound shop. And you can tell they've gone to the pound shop and bought 10 of them and selling them for a tenner each. Like cheesy bloody bubble guns and flipping dolls.
And I'm going to give you a lot of piece of
awful.
advice in a minute when Lee said what he's got to say.
Wrong.
Well, talking a tap for a tenner. Tia went to town shopping the other day. And she went into HMV. I didn't even know HMV still existed, to tell you the truth. If you don't know what HMV is across the pond, it is a CD shop. It's like, you might know it over there as the Virgin Megastore. It used to be like that. It is like that. Full of CDs, DVDs, posters, that sort of thing. So she went on in and she was like, I said, oh, what you got to? And she says, I bought a mystery box. I said, how much? She said, well, it's down from 20 to $9.99. I thought, it's always $9.99, it's just to scam you to think it was 20. And anyway, she gets this box, brings it back. I thought, you know, HMB, it's going to be alright. Turns out, she got a Harry Potter poster, which is an A4, and it's not even of Harry Potter of Daniel Radcliffe, it's just a silhouette. She got a frozen notepad, some stickers, and I think it was like a key ring, or something like that. For a tenner.
This is our tier though. He's very spends money on crap, basically. So when I asked her about it, she said, "Yeah, it was all right. It was pretty good, you know." She didn't actually show what was in there, but as soon as you saw the box, there was a big question mark on the front, like, "What could be in the box?"
But Tia will believe that. You know when like stores do that, they go, "This was $22.99 down to $9.99." It never fucking well was 23 quid because they couldn't possibly sell. The amount of complaints they'd have. If people opened that box at £23 and there was just some stickers in there and a bloody notepad.
Tia's just a bit gullible when it comes to money. She'll spend
that's
anything.
value, you know, let's buy that. And I was
It
like,
could be a mango for 50 quid and she'd spend it if she thought it was like a really special mango. Because she loves mangoes.
Tia, that's my fault. Well, our fault, so to speak.
That's bloody mine. I'm strictly money.
Not, and then well, it's my fault then. But Tia's not learnt the value of money because she's never had to, has she, so to speak. I've always... And people will say, oh, you shouldn't spoil your kids. I've only got one, and it's my choice to do that because she's my bloody world, so I'm going to do that. But we've not spoiled her in a selfish way, have we? Tia will share, and she'll do it. But yeah, I love her. I've spoiled her over the years, and unfortunately, my downfall from that is Tia just says, oh yeah, it's tenner on a bloody notepad or whatever.
Would rather spend that than you should smoke her. I mean, these days you spend like 12 quid on a box of bloody
Yeah,
fags.
Tia is
So.
not interested in smoking. She's not fussed about drinking, is she?
Unless we're having a party of
She's
some
not
sort.
fussed about anything like that. So I want her to be a kid for as long as she bloody well can, because she's amazing.
She is. Sorry, guys.
My lipstick has come off, and somebody asked me when this happened before what colour my lipstick was. Do you remember?
Yeah.
This is my natural lip colour, and I hate it.
This is my natural lip colour, and I love it because it's my natural
I'd love
lip
to
colour.
know if you can get your lips coloured a different colour. I know you can have them blushed, which is like this. You can actually pay to have this thing like blushed.
I've got some marker pens if you want to give it a go.
I'd like them to go like the colour of my lipstick, like a nude colour. To me, this is pink, reddy pink.
To me, this is lipstick talk. We're on about the post office. Let's get back to that. So I went to the post office and said, mate, I know the bloke. I do know him.
Do you?
Yeah, I know him because me and your dad one time.
Oh yeah, my dad had a bit of a thing with him. Not a thing,
No.
a go.
So there was this thing where
Sorry,
Aim's
Dad.
dad went into the post office about 3 years ago, and the bloke was doing Aim's dad's head in, like he was being really awkward and really annoying. And then the bloke went out the shop, and his son took over. So the son served me Aim's dad. Me and Aim's dad walk out the shop. He's literally in the middle of the words going to his mouth. What an effing twat! Like about the bloke who was serving him, like the dad, the main man. And as we're walking out the
Main
door.
man?
He's in the middle of saying, what an effing twat he is. And then the bloke's walking over to us like, hello? Or whatever. And then Aim's dad's like, oh, hello, mate. How you doing? Like, Steve, how two-faced is that, mate? So I go in the shop, say, mate, come to the post office. There's no queue, which is a miracle for a post office these days. Mate, can I get... can I post this? Second class? Bear in mind, I can see the second class stamps right there on his counter. Right there. Big
I
numbers.
wanted that posted first class.
Listen, I went to send it second. Said there, 2 ND, second class. We don't have any second class stamps left. I'm like, Like, mate, I don't want to send it second class or first class. I want to send it second class. I don't want it recorded. I don't need a record of it that it's been delivered. I just need it to get from A to B, B being the destination it's got to go to. I've only got first class. Guess that's it then, mate. £1.29. So that's £1.29 to post a bloody a parcel thing. I should have been like 50, 60p back in the day. So it's done. Get me a receipt, walk out, no problem. My issue with the post office, apart from being ripped off, is who goes in the post office these days? Whenever I need to go in one or I pass one, there's like a long queue. So you have a stuck at the end of the queue of like 15 people. You got bloody Nora, who's been there since 1982, trying to cash her bloody pension. She's still stuck in the queue. She's been there like 15, 20 years. Because how it bloody moves. You got Dirty Dave trying to send some bloody porn mags to people on eBay. He's got like 15 bloody parcels. Yeah, I've got to get this over to Essex and wherever else in the country. And the man's like, okay. And it takes forever. He don't do things quick. He's got a woman in there who's been there like 20 odd years. 30 odd years I think she's been there. And she works like she's been there 30 odd years. Like it's a chore to do a job. She takes forever. She's like, yeah. This is just looking at her phone while she's waiting to get served. Oh yeah, I see Laura's gone to a wedding this weekend. Ah, Laura. I love I don't know who Laura is. Can I just get a parcel posted, please? And that's why I have an issue with post offices.
Is that the ramp?
That's the rant. There's too many people in them doing nothing at all that's useful. If you want to send a parcel, 20 of them, go to the houses. Drive to Hartlepool. Drive to bloody Mexico. Post them to the door.
You keep shouting, scaring me.
That's all right,
You
I'm.
did it again.
I'm angry. £1.29 for a bloody parcel.
You never actually give me your rating out of 10 for these. You just said you like something battered. I want to know because I'm going to...
That's all you got to say.
Yeah. Out of 10.
1.
They are about...
No, they're not 1. They're about 6.
I
But
think they're about a 1.
I just got on a massive rant. Oh, we're going to give this a 10,
Yeah, but
isn't
half of it you go on about Pete and Dave and they don't even exist, so I just let you carry on.
I know these people from the post office line because I see them out waiting outside there every morning, waiting to get the bloody bits and pieces sent and paid for.
I don't really know what the problem is. Is it that it was a long queue?
£1.29 for a parcel.
Anyway, there was something that I dreamed about that I actually want to say. And it was to do with children and exams. You know, like...
I'm glad you had exams at the end of that.
So, I was thinking about it earlier on yesterday because I was listening to somebody on the news and talking about exam results and stuff like that. And I was thinking about parenting in the respect of good parenting and bad parenting regarding exams. What do you do for the best? So, obviously, you always want your child to do as best as they can do for themselves. But then it got me thinking of discouraging parents who don't really care less than just get on with it. People always knock them kind of people, don't they? They're like, oh, that's bad parenting. Look at them over there, Andrew and Judy, they don't care about little Stephen. However, what about pushy parents?
Mm.
And I was thinking about mental health awareness and all this thing. And I was thinking, well, you hear unfortunately now, children in school becoming even more stressed and unfortunately taking their lives and stuff because of stuff. It could really have an impact, an adverse effect on the child if you're too encouraging. You've got to do well in your exams, you've got to get straight A's, you've got to do this, that and the other. It could actually stress the child out, couldn't it? As opposed to being a discouraging parent. People always knock bad parenting. But you think about how intense it must be.
The top,
not even necessarily over the top, but if your dad's if you don't get an A in this exam or a B, you are going to have such and such happen. You are going to have this. And so that child, it might not be because that they're messing about in school, but it could be that they're academically not good enough to get that. And then they get scared and anxious because their parents are going, you have to get this, it's important. Mm-hmm. It works in that way too.
I understand what you're saying because I have read a lot of books over the years. Okay, I've never read the Bible, but I've read a lot of other books, just as good as the Bible. Football autobiographies. And basically, there are footballers I've read of or heard of in the past where their parents have forced them to play. They wanted to play as a young kid, but then when the fun goes out of it, when you're 9 or 10 and your parents are being offered a new house, if you sign for a certain club, which happens, we'll do it off the books, we'll give you 50 grand under the table, just as long as your kid signs for us. And sometimes the kids they want to actually have a life with their mates, have fun, play out and shit. And the parents you've got to go to training, 5 days a week. You got to play Saturday and Sunday in the Sunday league teams or whatever, or the weekend teams.
Yeah.
And the kids, as they get older, they end up resenting the parents, well, I just wanted to stop, or I wanted to do this or do that. But the parents put that much pressure on them. Because you imagine having a kid who's potentially worth 50 grand a week when they're older, which is what your average footballer's on these days, and then the dad's out every day working, only making 20 grand a year, and his son can make 50 grand a week, they're going to keep pushing.
Well, I knew this family when I was younger. I want to say late teens, about 19, 20 anyway, and I met this person, and his dad was a doctor, and this guy had a younger brother. And the dad put that much pressure on the son to be you've got to follow in your dad's footsteps, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. He actually works in Heron Foods now, the younger brother.
Fair point.
And he's that's what I want to do. He gave them, the parents pressured him that much that he doesn't speak to them as much anymore because the anxiety give the child over, you've got to be a doctor, you've got to follow in his steps, you've got to carry on the family tradition. It completely messed his head up. So I was thinking about what is a happy equilibrium of parenting when it comes to school and exams. I think the best lesson that I always learn with Tia is to encourage your child, obviously, to concentrate at school, but to use that famous saying, do your best.
Yeah.
And whatever that may be, if they're going to do good, they're going to do good. If they're going to do bad, they're going to do bad. But just to tell them and encourage them and help them, rather than putting pressure to do well or not giving enough love. I think just, to be a good parent, to say, just do your best and whatever happens, happens.
Well, it's like Billy, ain't it? Well, you remember Billy back in the day? You remember Billy, don't you?
No, I haven't got a clue.
You do. So Billy wanted to be a ballerina. His dad wanted him to be a footballer.
Yeah, Billy Elliot.
Yeah,
the film.
Billy Elliot. But it's still based on a true story. It's based on Billy Elliot. And he wanted to be a ballerina. His dad wanted him to be a footballer. He's like, you can't be a ballerina. You're a lad. You're a bloke. You're a man. But men don't do ballet. It's like, well, I do, Dad. And he proved his dad wrong. And that, look at him, he's like the best ballerina the world has ever seen. The best ballerina in Scotland, or Newcastle, wherever he's from. So it just goes to show, if you put too much pressure on your kids, they might turn to ballet. And that's not a bad thing, because ballet is great.
I think it's more to do with the fact that it could seriously give your child major anxiety. And if you're pressuring your kids at that age to do, you know, they're going to have that going into their adult life, aren't they? Continuously worrying that they're never going to be good enough.
Mm.
And I think you've got to really think about how the sort of the situation that you go into. So, like,
Me.
no, anybody. So, say you're going into for a job interview, or you're going to do something where you've got to impress someone. You imagine having that other person in your ear going, right, you've got to do it straight down the line. It's got to be perfect. It's got to be this, that, and the other. You would feel really intense with that, wouldn't you? Like somebody sort of saying it's got to be a certain way.
Some people thrive off pressure. Some people don't.
I used to like the pressure.
Some people just want an easy-going life, and some people can give up like pressurised jobs, like maybe sales or marketing or banking or whatever, and they walk away from it to do like something a lot easier because they just don't want the pressure in life and stress in life anymore. Like, in terms of exams you're talking about, I would have absolutely loved it if when I was in high school we'd had COVID. Not for everyone to be ill, obviously, no, but the way, I mean, it's a shame for all the kids these days because a lot of them are really good about their exams and that they didn't get the right marks, and some didn't have to do exams. I would not have been good if I didn't have to do an exam. I would have been over the bloody moon. I'm like, Dad, you never guess what, mate. What's that, Lee? What's happening? I was meant to get A stars in everything, Dad. I was meant to get top marks. I was going to be the brainiest kid in school. But there's no exams. What can I do?
Yeah, but what about if you was the other way and you wanted to get good grades like I did, and then you've worked basically for like 11 till 16, really.
I don't feel sorry for the ones who do want to do it, but I didn't want to do my exams, and that came across in my exam results. It was shit. So I definitely could have took a step away and had COVID for a few months and not done the exams. Because I did not enjoy doing exams. I didn't do revision. And I just thought on the day, I know what I'll do. I'll just give it a go and hope for the best. My best worked good enough in the end. And that's why...
Yeah, but the difference is, and I'll tell them... You come across very sarcastic and jokey, but you are very quite clever, like you're mathematical. You are really good at things. Your general knowledge is pretty good.
Yeah.
You could have got more grades, you know that?
Yeah.
But the point that I'm trying to make is, would you say you tried your best?
No. I wouldn't say I tried like 50%. If I'm being brutally honest, I didn't try at all.
No, this is the thing.
I was the class clown.
Okay, you've just said that.
Yeah, I was showing off all the time.
So if my child was acting like that, that is what I would step in then and say, look, come on now, you've got to try a little bit harder.
Yeah, but I didn't go around and tell Mum, Dad, I'm the class clown.
No, what I'm saying to you is, if you know your child is acting up and you're getting letters home and even though they're generally being a little bit naughty, that's when you sit down and you say, look, come on, you need to step up a bit because you're going to lose yourself down. But if your child isn't doing anything wrong and you can see them, you know, trying their best, then parents, I think, just have to accept it, don't they? That, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be.
Not all kids are going to be Elon Musk at the end of the day. But sometimes, as long as your kid's happy and, you know, they've got to do what they want to do in life, and as long as it's not affecting anyone else or yourselves, then there's no issue, is there?
It sounds stupid, but in my dream, like, I saw this child being like, you've got to do this, that, and the other. And I sat in my dream and thought...
Who was he?
I don't know, it was just some kid.
Wasn't Billy, was it?
No. And basically, he was just sort of being really stressed out. And I heard him saying, I need to talk to the school counsellor because his parents was giving him that much stress. He was suffering from anxiety.
What was you doing in the school?
I was a teacher.
Ah, okay. Now it explains... Because randomly, I was around these school kids and one was getting a lot of pressure. I was like, well, what's the backstory? You was a teacher there. What was you teaching?
I don't know. I'm sure it was geography, but which is just not my subject at all.
No, definitely not. Art, graphics, food, history, technology, makeup, textiles, French. All this would be better for Ryan than geography.
I didn't choose geography. I was
Literally
amazing at
every
French.
lesson you could do would be better for you than geography, wouldn't it?
Even maths and
Like every other lesson in the country, not the country, in the education system, would be better for me than French
So, honestly,
or science.
at least see my certificates upstairs, my merits. Like, I was a swat in school. Honestly, I don't know how I passed these exams. Like, some of them marks that I have up there.
Yeah, but you was like a slutty swat, weren't you? You walked around the school like short skirts on and top going a bit see-through in the rain. You weren't like the goody two-shoes swat with the short hair and the big thick glasses. Like, oh, okay, miss, lady's doing something wrong again. Tell him off, miss. No, you weren't like that. No, you was like a bit of a naughty
I wasn't
swat.
a slut. That's a bit taking it far, then.
Oh, I wasn't in your school. I'm going to what I've been told by your old friends.
Who have you met at my old friends?
You. Well, you. Then you've told me.
Oh, no. I mean, I was a flirt.
A flirty, naughty swat.
You sound like I'm in a porn film here.
AIM does geography. That'd be the name of your film.
I'm such a div,
Right,
honestly.
we gotta go, AIM, because it's now 6:10.
God.
Just stop eating if you don't like it.
I
AIM.
like the onions and sausage. I don't like all
Well,
this bread.
my second corn dog, as you've seen, I ate all the
I'm
outside.
gonna be that clear.
That's fine. I'll give the inside to our Barney. He enjoyed it a lot. He's sitting in the house thinking,
Don't buy them.
where's the rest of it, Dad? Well, we only bought that because you said, Lee, you got to get the corn dogs.
I thought they'd be better than that.
So I went down and bought the corn dogs this morning.
And that, my friends, is how, because you'll see this other video, we did a waffle one this morning, basically, right? And Lee was saying, oh, but they've got to be good stuff from America. They are not from America, because if Americans was eating them, they would all complain.
No, if you read the small print on the box, they're probably from Middlesbrough. It's like the factory in Middlesbrough's making crap and printing it off saying it's American. If you asked, we know Liz, we've got a couple of subscribers, Liz and Andrew, very good friends of ours, and Diana and a few others. If we said to them, have you ever heard of this company? It's meant to be an American company because it's American style food. I guarantee they've never heard of them. And it's just an English-based company in Middlesbrough sending it out as American food.
It is
And
pretty
Middlesbrough is
bad.
as far away from America as you can bloody get.
That would have been, because you do these for £4, you realise how cheap these are to make.
Yeah.
So hot dogs are 10 a penny, you know that, they're just ridiculously cheap. And corn, wheat, flour.
I mean, I could have got you a double Big Mac for the price of that. Yeah, now she's angry, she wanted them. Right.
You know something though? I know we gotta go,
Oh, man.
but I love McDonald's burgers, I do.
Yeah, well, I love the burgers, but once you've had the food, you're like, oh, God, I'm still hungry.
It makes you feel a bit shit, doesn't it, that?
Yeah, so this food don't make me feel much better.
I've been eating really healthy all week.
You have been, I
And
know.
I've lost quite a fair bit of weight, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I know I might look like it down here, but I have. And this has just made me feel...
Shit. Anyways, wrapping it up. Wrap city.
Oh God, I feel as rough as anything anyway. We've
Check
got
out
cold.
the description box. All our links and social media.
Yeah, I'm
and
not
all
going to
that
do
stuff's
all
down
that
there.
remember this blah blah nonsense today because I feel too rough.
Just check out the description box for any of that. Also in the comments, drop down there. Any time your childhood was ruined by remakes of movies or old bands coming back together, are you a bloke who like 5S Club or Steps, as Aim said loads of blokes do? Are you one of them blokes?
Admittedly, you do know there are men that actually...
Yes, of course there are.
I was going to say. And
There's
also,
H, he was in one of them.
I want to know, what is your opinion on education, exams and pressure on kids these days? No way am I knocking any parenting skills, by the way. This is my personal opinion. But I am interested to know.
Also, what's your opinion on post offices
What's sacred?
and postage prices?
It's called evolution.
It's called expensive.
Rip off Britain.
Right, get in touch. What's his name? Don't get Dom. I want to get Dom on the post office. Dom, go and sort
Bye
him out.
everybody.
Right,